Okay, the first thing we're going to take a look at today is how to string beads together. So we're going to learn a couple of things: lollipop, jump ring, how to put the bead on, how to connect it, and how to do a simple clasp. Okay, and this is the kind of stuff you're going to be working on when you guys come in. So pay attention. When you do the lollipop, that's one of the first things you're going to learn here. You're going to use your pliers, right? You're going to let a little bit stick out here. You're going to wrap the wire around so this thing is closed, right? And you're going to grab it through the hoop you made, give it a reverse turn, and you're going to create something like this. Okay, this is called the lollipop. All right? This is not a lollipop. You see the difference? Okay? This is wrong. This is what you want. Now, once you got the lollipop, you're going to grab a bead. Okay? Then you need to figure out how much end you need to put another lollipop on the other side. And I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. Okay? Once you do this enough, you're going to figure out the exact length that you need, so don't worry about it. And I'm just going to guess over here. Flip it over, right? I'm going to make sure these ends are touching. Then I'm going to come in and give it the reverse. Clip just a little bit off this one. Okay, so you got a bead with two lollipops on the end. Well, let me close this off a little bit. Okay, let me do another one real quick. We don't want to be looking at that. That's how not to do it. Okay, again, I'm going to eyeball it at the end. Let's go that much. It's a little too much. Okay, but now I have two lollipops, right? On either side of that bead. Okay. So that's how to make a bead that you're going to connect stuff to. The next thing we're going to do is we'll show you the jump ring. A jump ring is basically, all those rings that we use to connect stuff. Right? All we do is we get the wire, look for something round, okay, around the same diameter that you want the jump ring, and I'm going to wind this around it. Okay, you want to wind it pretty close together. Okay, see like that? You want a coil, okay? I'm going to take all that off. I'm going to cut off the straight part. Okay, so it's all round, right? Now I'm going to cut off all the rings. Okay, you see how I did that? Okay, now jump rings. Now I'm going to use my chain pliers, right? The flat ones. The reason why... remember while we had flush cut pliers, remember this stuff? I'm using these angle pliers, right? So when we put the ends of the jump ring together, there's actually a space because the two ends are angled, right? We'll use the flush cut, so when we put the two sides of the jump ring together, they sit flush together. Okay? You guys will see a little bit more of that when you guys come back, or when you guys finally get in here. Okay, so jump rings. To close it, all you do is you put the two sides together, okay? Okay, maybe you guys didn't get that, but don't worry about it. Okay, so we made the jump ring. Okay, oops. See it? Now jump rings, to open them, you never pull them apart. Okay, don't open them this way. You open them this way. So you got your jump ring, right? Get your pliers, and you just go this way. Can you guys see that? Okay, that's how you open up a jump ring. Okay? So now your jump ring, you can use it to connect your beads. Okay? Just line them up and then get the jump ring and then what? Close it back up again. Okay? Good to go? Okay, now the other thing I'm going to show you real quick is how to do a simple clasp. Okay, you want to have a jump ring on this side. Close this up. And I'm going to put a clasp on the other side. Now the clasp, you can kind of design it any way you want to. I got this just scrap wire. I'm going to put a little loop on one side, just decorative. Okay, like that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend this, give it a big bend, like that. I'm going to cut that off, same place, like right there. Okay, and this top part, I'm going to give it a little loop and I'm going to reverse bend it back. So I got like this kind of look. That wire was kind of all bent up, but then that's your simple clasp. Okay? I'm going to take a jump ring. Get the open one. I'm going to string it through there. I'm going to put it on the end of this other bead, right? Oops. And there's your simple clasp. Can you guys see it? You probably want to close it off a little bit more. Let me see. Okay. And all that does is it hooks into here. Okay, can you guys see that? Hopefully. Okay, simple. Those of you who have never worked with pliers before, it's going to be hard. I'm not going to lie. Okay, you're going to struggle. Your work's going to look like this crap over here, okay? But don't worry, practice makes perfect, okay? If this is all I did all day, all night, this stuff would be like perfect. But it's not what I do all day, all night. So I struggle with it just like how you're going to be struggling with it. But I've done it enough to make it look decent, okay? So don't worry about it. When you first get in here, just learn it, okay? Don't worry too much about what your stuff looks like in the beginning, because hopefully by the end of the year, your stuff will look way better, okay? So that's what you're going to do when you come in. So learn how to do the lollipop, right? Learn how to put the bead between the lollipops, okay? Learn how to make the jump ring, right? Learn how to connect everything, right, between the jump rings, and then finally a clasp. So that's 5 things right here. Okay? All right, we'll see you guys when you guys get here.